So this is going to be a general read that could resonate with anyone. And so if it does not resonate, please leave it here. You're more than welcome to stay and keep watching, as some of the information might help you out or could sound like something someone you know is going through. You may want to pass the information off to them. But if it does resonate with you, make sure you use it as just a guide, as things are constantly shifting and changing based off of the decisions that you make, okay? And the people that come into your life. So, because my house is very noisy and they're just dicks in here and they don't respect my word. I have pre-pulled cards. So
is that Ben walking outside?
He's out back.
Why?
To get Mina's blanket.
Well, he walked way out back, not out back.
Shouldn't have walked way out back. Should have just walked to the tent.
You see somebody on the side of the house in a red coat.
Ben don't got a coat on.
You got a red sweatshirt on?
No.
Why does this light keep getting out?
See? So if it resonates with you, only take it as a guide, okay? Okay. And then what I had to pre-pull the cards, so it won't be as long, but it is very informational, the stuff that did come out. So it may, there should be no question if it's your reading or not, honestly. And I am going to go on ahead and do a blind Bible pull for this reading here. So bear with me 1 second. Tell me where you want me to open. Okay, so we opened up to Exodus 6:28 on 8. It says, 7 days passed after the Lord struck the Nile. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go to Pharaoh and say to him, 'This is what the Lord says. Let my people go so that they may worship me. If you refuse to let them go, I will send a plague of frogs on your whole country. The Nile will teem with frogs. They will come up into your palace and your bedroom, and onto your bed, into your houses of your officials, and on your people, and into your ovens and kneading troughs. The frogs will come up on you and your people and all of your officials." The Lord said to Moses, "Tell Aaron, stretch out your hand with your staff over the streams and canals and ponds, and make frogs come up onto the land of Egypt." It says, "So Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land. But the magicians did the same things by their secret arts. They also made frogs come up onto the land." Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron and said, "Pray to the Lord and take the frogs away from me and my people, and I will let your people go to offer sacrifices to the Lord." So we have here a compromise happening, like a conversation, right? So like somebody in your life, or you could have been just randomly attacked, and then you're figuring out who did it, and you're going back and saying, "I'll do this if you do this." Or somebody in your life could be trying to do that between God and Satan, trying to make deals with both, right? It says, Moses said to Pharaoh, I leave to you the honor of setting the time for me to pray for you and your officials and your people, that you and your houses may be rid of the frogs, except for those remain in the Nile. Tomorrow, Pharaoh said. Moses replied, It will be as you say, so that you may know there is no one like the Lord our God. The frogs will leave you and your houses, your officials, and your people, and will remain in the Nile. After Moses and Aaron left Pharaoh, Moses cried out to the Lord about the frogs he had brought on to Pharaoh. And the Lord did what Moses asked. The frogs died in the houses and in the country yards and in the fields. They were piled into heaps and on the land, but the land reeked of them, right? So it's like you've got all these energies hopping around or whatever, and sure, you can remove them, but the residue is still there. It says, but when Pharaoh saw that there was relief, he hardened his heart and would not listen to Moses and Aaron, just as the Lord said. So you could have noticed this going back and forth, this compromising, or this energy intensifying and multiplying, right? And so you did whatever you did, had your conversation, did your ritual, your prayer, whatever, and there was relief, right? So then maybe the people that are in the same area of the place that you relieved of these things, you notice that they pulled back. They stopped talking to you as much, stopped engaging with you as much. Okay, so for this first deck I pulled is to give me an idea of either the personality behind the person that I'm reading, or some distinctive things about the people involved in this situation that I'm reading on. It's kind of more so to give clarity to you that it is for you, right? So the first one is my vagina. Okay. That is obviously a female who could possibly have multiple partners and is feeling some type of pain, or this could be a female that multiple people keep approaching, and this person is like, you're not touching that, that's mine. Okay, we have a three-way with my wife and Shaquille O'Neal. This could be a interracial couple that has or continues to keep approaching you, enticing you to engage with them, or this could just be a tall man and a short woman who are together that have offered to you, whether directly or indirectly, to be involved. Then it says swooping, and I totally forgot what swooping is. I think swooping is when you use your thumbs instead of your fingers on the female. Okay, so swooping is when a man takes his thumb in to help get her off, right? Which is funny because the next card is opposable thumbs. We have going an entire day without masturbating. So this could be somebody who is usually addicted to sex, and you may have said something, and so now they're on this whole, well, let me try to hold back. Or this could be a situation where you have somebody who is into energy manipulation, sole purpose for manifesting. So when they're sexually active, they make sure they don't finish, that you're the only one that does, and they'll harness your your elevated energy during an orgasm, and then they'll go home, and when they replay your energy, how it appeared, and then they finish, as they're finishing, they are thinking about their manifestation that they are trying to accomplish. Okay. We have running out of semen. So this goes back to what I first said, somebody being addicted to sex. We have balls. Somebody could be having issue with their balls, or maybe somebody has a third ball, or somebody actually secretly prefers balls. We have lactation. Somebody is either pregnant, or somebody is attracted to those that are. We have a name, but for me, am going to say that it stands for AB. Okay, so the initials AB, or everyone should know what AB is. Google it. We have Fancy Feast. So you could be somebody that comes across as maybe conceited or stuck up or too good, even though once they get to know you, they realize that that is not the case, right? So in that sense, when that happens, you then look like a tasty snack, right? Because one, you have portrayed to be something untouchable, right? But yet at the same time, you're letting them know that you can get down on that level if you needed to. Being on fire. So somebody's either got an STD, or somebody is a hothead, or somebody is dabbling with the dark arts and is not completing whatever is being requested, and so they could essentially be feeling their body feel like it's on fire. We have science. This to me could go multiple avenues as well. The science card could stand for when you go to tell people about what you're experiencing, they don't believe you because there's nothing in this world to scientifically back it up. Or we could be dealing with somebody who acts like a spiritual scientist. Okay. They experiment on people using spirituality or magic, dark arts, whatever. Next card we have is wondering if it's possible to get some of that salsa to go. So somebody is aware that their time is running short and they may not be coming back, and they want to try to tap that ass one more time. Or somebody could be well aware that whatever they have done has put them in a position where they need to go hide out, and they can't do that in the physical human form. So they know that they'll be using their spiritual body more so than their physical body to escape the environment they're in. They could be trying to bring you into that realm with them as well. We have spontaneous human combustion. So somebody very well could be in an environment that is getting so out of hand that they cannot keep their anger and temper under control, and they do feel like they're going to catch on fire. Or we have a situation here where somebody, again, is in an environment that they can't really get themselves out of because of whatever's happened. And in order for them to switch bodies, in a sense, without there being a manhunt as to where the first body went, they are attempting to accomplish human combustion, okay, without that'll allow them to kill off the human body, but quickly jump into something else. We have a salad for men that's made of metal. So this could be a man that enjoys using sex toys with his ass, or maybe he's using tools on his ass. We have hurting those closest to me. So again, we're dealing with either male or female. Maybe it's both. That self-sabotage, and before they can feel any hurt from the other person, they are beating them to the punch. And then we have horse meat. So somebody could spiritually be trying to claim that they have a really big schlong, or like I said with the spontaneous combustion, they could end up embodying the body of a horse because they didn't correctly jump into a human body. So yeah. Okay, so next I'm going to pull the ancestors' message cards for you. We have damaged reputation. So whatever situation you're in could have damaged your reputation completely. And you're now currently realizing that you can avoid that by simply going along with people's actions, what their actions are showing you, letting you know when to exit, when to avoid even starting a friendship, or when somebody is secretly trying to go against you. We have jealous sabotage. So there is obviously somebody who is a part of this reputation damage, sabotaging you as well. We have clear the distractions. Your spirit team is trying to send you more clear signs, possibly trying to up your level of communication, and it's not working because you can't find a place to have peace and quiet. We have insomnia. So it says what you avoid thinking about keeps you awake. So Spirit is saying that yes, you've done a lot of work, a lot of shadow work, but there are still things within your life, whether they're current or past memories, that bother your psyche. Either you're afraid to go to sleep, or maybe there's things within your housing environment that you don't have time during the day to think about. And so at night you try, and it becomes like going down the rabbit hole type thing. Either way, you are being asked to get that cleared up, because sleep is very important right now. Spirit is also letting you know money is coming in, and you need to stop doubting that your blessings are coming and stop doubting in yourself. We have trust the vibe. If something feels off, it is. Watch people's behavior. It will explain everything. And then we have the magician. So there's a magician energy that is either around you or you are getting into it, and that is going to bring you manifestation and spiritual gifts. It also says you hold all tools because you are the tool. What you speak becomes what you channel, and your voice awakens and opens worlds. Then someone is experiencing a spiritual disconnect where the light dims and the shadow grows. Also says don't overshare, protect your plans until they're solid. There's a two-faced behavior around you where someone's mask is soon going to fall. Then you have energy draining. Says you drain others because you feel empty. Heal the root of your emptiness. That could be for you or for someone around you. Somebody has a mocking pain. Says so. Mocking pain is like if you notice that you're having pain in your hand or wherever on your body, and then somebody comes around you and says, oh man, I'm experiencing pain here and here. What that is Brian's cruelty to you through rebound relationships.
Yes.
And then this says, Tina's trying to call my phone and it's on record. I can't answer it. It won't let me. This says truth doesn't need to be loud. It stands on its own. Your path balances when you stop carrying what's not yours. Then there's a warning to stay home. It says your energy is better protected in your own spaces today. To say what you want, manifestation needs your voice. So in order to manifest what you want, you not only have to think it, but you need to reiterate to yourself that that is what you are going to be getting. And there's also another warning to not overwhelm yourself. Take one step at a time. Boundaries are required this week. It says say no. Huh?
She wants some massaging.
It's in the tent. Underneath my rose.
I want it.
This says cleanse your space. So reset the cleansing. There's a buildup around you. You need to clear it so you can hear it. Then we have repeating cycles. Lessons repeat until behavior changes. We have anger outbursts. So uncontrolled fire burns everything. So someone is unable to hold their temper, which causes a ripple effect. You're blocking blessings, and that is because there is still things around you that are creating harm for you. Then we have karmic return. So what you send out circles back stronger, vice versa. What they send out circles back stronger. Breakdown moments. So avoid feelings and the crash out all at once. In order to do that, you need to release. So if you need to cry, scream, whatever. So someone in spirit is protecting you. Just so you know, you're not walking alone. You are guarded. And then there's a message. We've been trying to reach you. We need you to listen. So you may need to find more quiet spaces in order to be able to hear what's being downloaded or transferred to you. There's a blockage you're experiencing, so too much of or a lack of work. So if someone's either working too much or not working enough. There's another blockage. Someone's not telling the truth about something. And then we have the message, investigating, need answers. It says stop looking outside yourself. Outside yourself for answers. Your soul knows more than your brain lets you believe. So your body, your nervous system, everything knows what is going on way before your mind catches up. Next we have a father figure here who could be a water sign, or you could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Or maybe you're both a water sign, since it's got the Atlantis card, and everyone under Atlantis was pretty much under Poseidon and his family. We have leaving or travel. So somebody is trying to let you know that where you're at now is going to require you to pick up and go somewhere else. We have don't be afraid of that travel, because you are guided by the angels, and you are fulfilling a prophecy within the Bible, which every so many years that happens, and that's because life repeats itself. Then we have Asia. So there's a sense of needing to get into self-preservation, meditating, music that is calming, relaxing, really getting back to know your body and what it is your soul needs, right? Health, okay? So there's a real, with Asia and health next to each other, there's a real sense of getting back into knowing your body again. We have lessons and blessings. So you might be nearing the end of a period where you feel like you've just been going through lesson after lesson after lesson. And so try to stay a little bit more patient, because after this cycle with just lessons, you are going to start experiencing a real good and relaxing time with blessings coming back to back as well. Tell yourself the phrase, you would never know what is good if you didn't experience the bad, and nothing lasts forever. So your bad cycles will not last forever. They may seem like it, but they won't. And you'd never know when your blessings were coming if you didn't experience the lessons, right? We have the farm card. So somebody may need to either get back to their roots and get back in with land, nature, animals, good old homesteading type deal, or you need to look for housing, somewhere to get rooted at where there's farm property. And then we have wisdom coming in. So you're going to see after this cycle ends, and you're able to sit down and really go back and replay what you've been through, how much you've grown, things you've learned, the people you've helped, the wisdom that you've gained. Okay. These pieces of paper right here are going to be little messages or things you'll need to know, like dates, people's names, states, stuff like that. So Here we have admit who you are, accept who you are. So somebody could be having a hard time admitting either what they've become or who they haven't become and who they've stayed being, and is too busy picking at what other people are. Okay, so it's time to stop pointing that finger and turn it around to evaluate yourself. We have junkie, so somebody could be on illicit drugs. Then we have mental manipulation. So somebody could be portraying themselves one way and then, when getting caught, being another way. May already have pre-planned stories or use your behavior against you to make okay with what they did. Things like that. We have an accidental death. So you're going to get a call about somebody who has passed that was not by suicide or murder. Most High Divine is asking you to stay in the present moments, okay? Thinking about your past right now is going to make you sad, and thinking about your future is going to make you sad. So stay in the present. We have shadows. You either need to deal with your own shadow, and your shadow will never disappear, okay? You're going to deal with it, and then it's going to sit up for a while, and your shadow is going to act out again, and then you need to go on ahead and deal with it again. You need to parent your shadow. Or someone's actually seeing real shadows moving about, supernatural, paranormal type stuff. We have Washington State that came out. We have Santa Belly. This reminds me of like my dad or my brother. So they're not really big people, but they have a little bit of a belly. Then we have gossip. So somebody is getting out of hand with the gossiping, and they will be seeing that come back to bite them. We have counseling. Somebody could be a counselor or going to counseling. We have it will always be okay. So that's what you need to remind yourself when things are getting too much to handle. You need to remember it's always going to be okay. We have camping. Somebody could be thinking about possibly taking a vacation to go camp, or maybe somebody has lost housing and they're camping, or somebody has asked them to go camping. We have bad health. Somebody's experiencing something with their health that they're either not aware of or they do know and they just haven't gotten it taken care of. Somebody wears too much makeup. We have walk more. So somebody needs to get out and do more walking. This could be for the sole purpose of coming to conclusions or getting your answers, or just someone needs to exercise because of their health. We have incest siblings. And we have physical abuse. Somebody is being physically abusive to another person. We have asleep. So a sleep frequency. So somebody waits until you're asleep to mess with your energy. Now they could be whispering things in your ear when you're asleep, or they could that's when they could be starting to think the darkest thoughts towards you. We have cry. That goes back to the first cards on emotions that I pulled out, where it says you need to release it. We have it's life. Okay, so some things you just can't control, some things you can't change. You need to just go with it. We have help set up. So somebody is currently planning to do something to someone. We have an STD that came out. Somebody needs to be careful on February 6th or the 26th day of a month, or somebody could be 26 years old. We have they adore you. So you have somebody in your energy field who actually thinks quite highly. And prayer, this person, the help setup, right? Somebody needs to pray on a situation. They possibly could have been having feelings that something might be happening, and this would be your confirmation that your thought is actually correct. And Divine is asking you to say a prayer on that situation. We have Angel 87421. When I looked this up, this said that there are going to be speed bumps that you are going to encounter, and they will seem to be very discouraging while dealing with them. But you need to keep your faith and hope, because this is a major shift, timeline shift for you that is going to put you in a completely different situation that will ultimately be removing the people that are not good for you. So it's a positive and a win for you in the long run, but in the moment it won't feel like that. The universal cards that came out are perseverance. So somebody has shown a lot of strength in pushing through hard times. Somebody could be feeling exhausted now and telling themselves that they want it to stop, they can't continue anymore. Could be voicing this out loud alone to themselves. That is where, in the last messages I just gave you, you need your patience, okay? Because it's not going to be too much longer, but you need to be a little bit more patient and push through this last little hurdle, because you are at the end of a cycle. We have gratitude. You could be somebody that is aware of the help you get from certain people, and you could be somebody who has a hard time showing gratitude for it. Even though you think it in your head, and this could just be because of distrust or comments that have been given prior times you've shown gratitude, right? Sometimes when you show gratitude, people change their behavior and then treat you all fucked up. Divine is letting you know that it is now okay with the people that are around you, that you can show gratitude and you won't have that experience from the past. We have harmony. You're starting to find people around you that are in sync with what it is you want to happen for your future in your life. And we have magic. It says, remember, magic is defined as moving Almighty into consciousness. So knowing that all things will be provided to you, knowing that as long as you put in the work and you have good intentions behind it, it will be given to you, and that you yourself hold the power to manifest the energy from outside your body to create these scenarios, this life, opportunities, people that you want. We have courage. So again, you would not know what courage is if you did not ever experience fear. So just because you get fearful of situations, environments, people, does not mean you're not courageous. It actually means the opposite, because if you still continue to walk through that situation towards those people, and deal with what is ahead of you, and you didn't go running, then you are very much somebody who is courageous, and that is being acknowledged. We have cooperation. You are learning to cooperate with people around you, even when it could be frustrating at times. Schedules don't meet up. Attitudes are on, different sides of the spectrum. One's on South Pole, the other's on North Pole. You're learning how to compromise and cooperate. We have faith. You're being asked again to remember your faith, or remember what faith looks like, and start acknowledging it. Because when you think throughout your life, you need to realize that you have had many experiences where your faith got you through it. We have friendship. You could again be coming across more people, new people, who are more in harmony with you, in sync, and who are there to help support you and encourage you. So friendships will be something that you acquire this year. We have consciousness. With these friendships, you could be having deeper, meaningful conversations with them. You're not really having the same old surface level back and forth between each other. You're going a little bit deeper, a little bit more personal this year with your friends, and new perspectives will be given. You're going to broaden your awareness and tap into your consciousness this year. We have power. So it says power is maintained through clarity and courage, and lost through confusion and vacillation. So clarity, you don't ever get clarity until you take the first step. So whether that first step is making a decision and then you find out that was a bad decision, well, okay, there's your clarity, right? Or let's say you take the first step into investigating if something is a good thing to do. Whoever you talk to, ask your questions to, they let you know. There's your clarity. But you have to move first. Courage, again. You're going to know you have courage, and you're courageous when things scare you and you continue to keep moving forward. Confusion and vacillation. Do not let other people's energy, do not let sexual acts, do not let mental manipulation get in the way of knowing who you are and how you think and what your thoughts are, and you know what is good for you. Respect. This will be a year where you really stand by who you are, what you think, the decisions that you're making, and knowing what is good for you. So if people can't respect that, can't respect your boundaries, can't respect, who you are as a person, well, then I guess you know who not to fuck with. But it also says being respected is a much greater compliment than being loved. I'm going to agree with that, because you can love someone but not respect them, and because there's no respect there doesn't necessarily mean you'll treat them good, right? You don't want to be in a loving relationship but not be treated good. So you do need the respect first. Also remember, if you have lost someone's respect, especially if you're a man and you've lost a woman's respect, be careful, because you don't want to push yourself to your limits trying to get it back. Do research and realize that once you lose a woman's respect, you don't get it back. Okay, so you might as well end that relationship right there. I'm not sure how men are. I'm not sure if men are as stickler like with that topic. Looks like I got some homework to do too. But from a woman's standpoint, I can tell you that that's what that is. So respect is a big deal. Make sure that in order to get it, you are giving it. I always say meet people with their energy they give you. So if they're disrespectful, well, they deserve the disrespect right back, even though I do feel like elders maybe not as intense of disrespect that they give you, but you know how that goes. Then we have purity. You are going to go through a period where everything that you know is not good for you is getting removed. That is purifying your life and your soul. Decisions. So remember, when you do right, we cannot go wrong. So when making decisions, make sure you look at everyone that's involved, how the decision you're making is going to affect them. As long as no one is being harmed or going to lose a house or a job or a car, then continue on with your decision as long as it doesn't affect their free will, right? If it does, I suggest getting their input on the decision you're going to make and then go from there. Principles. It says to be a principal player for the divine, one must follow the divine's principles. So if you are somebody that moves throughout life and you don't have principles for yourself, others cannot expect you to follow their principles, vice versa. At that point, you can expect to be looked at as a non-reputable human being. We have divinity. Remember, human means God and man. So I'm not talking about God as a person. I am talking about God as a universe, a very magical universe that has the ability to create. Well, our reality is what we make it. You have the ability to create your reality. You have the ability to dismantle your reality. But you do not have the right or the ability to do that to anyone else. Stay in your lane. We have goodwill. It says, remember those who offer goodwill have found a home in heaven that the world simply cannot destroy. This means that even if you make a fucked up decision, doesn't turn out right, and people lose things, as long as your intention when making that decision was good, was for the betterment, was for what you thought was going to be a positive thing for people involved, okay? As long as your intention is good for yourself and for others and it does not inflict on other people's good free will, like forcing someone to do something, then it can't go wrong for you. We have nurture. Without nurture, there is no future. So you have to nurture yourself first, okay? And once you nurture yourself, you have your essentials. You've done taking care of yourself so you can feel good for the day. Then you need to make sure that whoever you come across, if you have the ability, the resource, the time to show a little nurturing, you should do it. Miracles are coming in for you this year. Miracles are manifested through protection, power, and goodness. So if you've gone through your lessons without blaming anyone else for what has happened, you've taken the time to review your lessons and really ask yourself where you went wrong, what you could have done differently, and don't hold resentment or any ill will towards anyone else, then you get to have your miracles come through. We have wisdom. It is not what one knows that counts, right? But what one does with what one knows. Whether that is sharing the knowledge you've gained, or that is coming across somebody who is going through a situation that you've gone through, and you know how to throw them a couple loopholes so they don't have to endure all the trauma, troubles, pain that you've gone through, or whether that is somebody who has the wisdom that you don't and that can help them and you make them connect. We have beauty. Our beauty comes from the Creator when thought of us was conceived, meaning the beauty comes from within. And when we have a thought of who we want to be and we create ourselves, recreate or turn ourselves into the image of who we wanted to be as a person, that will then shine through. And the reason why is because you will know that you put it in the work to be a good person, to be a lighthearted, a fun, a loving, nurturing, whatever it is, right? And that light energy will come through. Other people will see it, and then confidence rises, and you start looking at yourself different in a good way. We have caring. So remember, people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. Caring is a beautiful thing to do for other people, but if you care for people that take advantage of your caring and they push you further and further into a mental state that is not healthy for you, then it's time to put boundaries up and stop caring more than you should. Meet them where their energy is at. Sometimes that means cutting people off. Sometimes that means lessening the amount you're around them. Here we have fertility, meaning you are able to create now, okay? Whether that's create another human being or that is create projects, create hobbies, create jobs, create a business, whatever, you're in creative mode. We have organization. Somebody could need to spend a little bit more time throughout their day making sure that they are more organized than what they have been. Can I see your charger? My phone's at 5%. It's about to shut off. More than what they have been, or it could mean that there is an organization that has gotten wind of you or working with you, and you're going to be seeing the fruits of your labor with the fertility card of the work between you and that organization. Then we have justice. So you could be feeling like there's things that you have gone through that you haven't seen people have to pay for, whether that's through karma, through the legal system, through other people finding out who they really are, whatever, however you want to look at justice. Maybe it's your owed money and nobody has paid you yet. That is going to be rectified and come through for you this year. The next one is energy. There's a very real sense of exhaustion. So you need to make sure that you are giving yourself the nurturing care and taking time to rest when you need to rest. Don't worry about what other people around you are saying. Whether you feel that you need to show or be productive, taking a day to rest is needed for everybody. Knowledge. You're gonna start receiving more knowledge this year on different topics, things that may have been curious, something you've been curious about, or something you've been interested in and just haven't ever come across an opportunity to get into it or spend time on it or look it up. So, new knowledge will be obtained this year. And then we have new beginnings. So everything from this cycle that you have been doing, the way you've been living, the things you possess, the people around you, it's all going to disappear. If you don't want to end it, the universe will create a situation where these people just disappear. And not like disappear off the planet, but they'll get into something else and just stop coming around. And that is because the old is being cleared out so that the new, that is part of your blessing package, will be coming in. Then we have victory. At the end of this cycle, when the new beginning starts, you're going to realize the strength you've had, the things you made through. You're going to be astonished at some of the things you have been through and how well you came out of it. And it's going to give you not only an actual physical victory that is going to be seen and acknowledged by others and yourself, but you're going to really feel the energy of that victory that is going to, in a sense, recharge you and kind of give you that momentum you need to get into more of a creative mode, to keep this new cycle going in a positive direction. So, angel cards, we have Page of Raphael. It says a new emotional situation, messages regarding relationships or social and circles is going to be coming in. That could mean somebody that you haven't seen in a really long time is going to come back around, and it's going to be like a nostalgic reunion. Or that could mean that maybe you find out your kid is having a baby, or maybe, I don't know. It's just going to be something that is familiar, okay? And it's going to be something that really pulls on them heartstrings for you. For Ace of Ariel, we have It's Your Lucky Day. New resources for money, time, and support are coming through. So then we have the Sun, which is the ultimate card you can pull out. This is a beautiful one. It says, life is wonderful. Thrive through the power with your positive thinking and look at who you're inspiring success through. So positivity here is you're an inspiration to at least somebody in your life. Okay, so for the dragon cards, we have the Icebringer. This is the card where it's confirming what the cards I just went through said. You're going to be cutting people off. You're going to be matching people to their energy. So if someone is, flaky or cutthroat, maybe just straight up rude, you're going to match that, and it's going to feel cold, like, whoa, the fuck went up their ass type of thing. You're not playing anymore, okay? Then we have the Tender. So you're going to see here the two sides of yourself. This would be an example of the light and dark working together. The dark side is going to be the cold, the ice bringer, right? So you're going to be able to shut all emotions off, match people with their fucked up energy, kind of like, you see how it is? But then the other part of you is going to be real tender. So when you do get around the ones that love you and respect you, you're going to be able to turn those emotions back on and reciprocate that. We have the Perceptionist. This year, you're not only going to find people who are able to see from your perception of things, so understand you, the harmony, right? But you're also going to widen other people's perception. You're also going to bring in new perception to other people that have not seen things from your standpoint before, or haven't gone through things that you have gone through, that you're going to help them with. And then second to last, we have the adventurer. You're going to be going to a new place this year, whether it's for a vacation, whether it's to move, or maybe just to look around, take a little bit of a hike. Whatever it is, it's a new area to you, and it's an adventure. But here is where you're going to really take a moment to breathe it in, and show that gratitude, that appreciation. And the last one is the fairy tale. So you're going to end this year off with realizing that, yes, you had a really bad last year. Yes, this year started off rocky. But in the end, after you have formed those new relationships, you have removed all the things that are old and not serving for your purpose anymore. And you're starting to see who is who. At the end of this year, you're going to sit back and see all your accomplishments, all the big moves that came together, that in the midst of doing them were like little baby steps, is what it felt like. Just checking one thing off a day, right? You don't really feel like you're going anywhere until about 3 months down. You're like, oh fuck, I went a long ways. Now I've got all this stuff here that I didn't have before. Or, went to school and got all this education that I didn't have before. Or shit, maybe you got married and had kids, and just last year you were in a studio. It doesn't matter. You're going to have an upgrade in your life. You're going to have an abundance coming through. Blessings. For the Oracle energy, we have the Sigil of Atlantis that came out. Okay, so you are a water sign, or your energy thrives in environments when you're around water. Okay, so going to the beach, maybe living by a lake or a creek or a river, taking showers, or like I said, you're a water sign. Okay, either way, Atlantis is coming through, acknowledging this, letting you know that because you relaxed enough to trust and you just went with the flow of things this last cycle, they're going to go on ahead and gift you a little bit with your crown chakra, meaning any worries that have seemed to double up on you. If you've been worried about any mental instability, maybe you've been worried about a mental illness, any fears, anything that has to do with your mind, okay, they're going to be relieving this for you so that you can now relax. Your mind can relax. We have the Ankh and the Caduceus, and then the Sigil of Avalon. So you are somebody that has taken numerous beliefs, and you've picked little things out of all these beliefs, these practices, and you've made your own, in a sense. So you believe, let's say you believe in the spirit of what God represents in Jesus, but let's say you don't necessarily believe and them being a human being, right? Like, I'm giving you an example of how I believe. So you take that, and then with the caduceus, let's say you believe in the form of caring and nurturing for people and being a healer, but you don't necessarily believe in healthcare, right? So you're going to go with the meditation and the Dalai Lama, the gurus energy. And then the Sigil of Avalon. So you may not believe in warlocks. You may not believe in witches, but you do believe in the magic of the spirit, right? And the things that it can do to help create things to happen in your life. So you believe in the spirit of magicians more so than you would an actual magician, warlock, witch, whatever. Okay. With Mercury and Neptune, we have a real sense of putting your dreams, your daydreams, and weighing them against your logic. And then whatever daydream is left standing after it's weighed against your logic, you're going to be doing the work to put it into action to physically manifest for you. And then we have the Chokma. So this is one that you are going to need to be wary of. Right now, your light, your aura is coming through as blue, pinkish purple, and gold. But if you do not stay steady on nurturing yourself and really taking it slow, one step at a time, when you go to make decisions, you will find yourself in a very gray area. So let's say like a depressed state, okay? And I think everybody knows who's experienced depression that there is that black hole you get into that sometimes is extremely difficult to get out of. And because this is the year that blessings are coming through for people, you're going to want to avoid that gray auric field. Okay, you don't want to numb yourself out, and you don't want to go towards the malicious and negative energy of things either. Here we have a female who has either broken up with a male counterpart or has possibly done something physical to that male counterpart where he's not around anymore, alive or just disappeared. Here we have two men that are coming in to check on this male that has disappeared. Okay. When they come in, this female appears to be vulnerable, appears to be innocent-like, but something happens and it is revealed that there are about 8 other men under her belt that have disappeared. This is not something that she does alone. There's about 3, 6, there's 10 people altogether in this group, and I want to get the sense that they could be all related family somehow. And so they use alcohol, drugs, and sex to do this. There is right now one man out of the 3 that she has been associated with that is still alive. But I would say he does not appear to be himself when people look at him. So this could be somebody that's been brainwashed. This could be someone that's been extremely drugged and in like catatonic type state, or you're just looking at straight possession. Here we have, because of the amount of people, the 8 before and the 3 right now, there has been a report made. There are police that are investigating this right now. And I would say in the last 6 years, they've been looking into it. There is the temperance coming in. So there is somebody around this female who is working on staying neutral, staying positive, trying not to panic, because I think that there has been some type of indication or message or comment made that is giving this male some type of thought or idea that he could be somewhat in danger around this female. And with the temperance card coming out, it is saying that you just need to be normal, okay? Because at any sign of change up that you know is when it's going to start getting ugly and dangerous. Then we have the judgment card. So be patient, do your best to act normal, don't give any indication, because the investigation that they're doing right now is going to be wrapping up and judgment will be coming in. This is gonna happen because they're gonna find the 2 men that have disappeared. The 2 men that have disappeared, short period of time between them, and I would have to say tracks maybe weren't as well covered when it came to this person being around the people that they know. There is a man that is going to be coming for this girl. Okay, this is going to be somebody that she has dealt with in the past, probably somebody that has done something similar to her or with her, which is where she's learned what she's doing to people. So this man's going to be coming back, and I think there's going to be an altercation here between them. Looks like he gets caught mid-air before he actually does stab this female. And with this last card, it suggests that there is definitely alcohol involved and something that was found on a computer device. Here we have a man with an older woman. This older woman burns something in her home that has a particular smell. So when this man is with this older female, And I mean, she's quite older. She looks like she's almost like a grandma standing next to this guy in this picture. But when he goes over to her house, there is that smell that attaches to his clothing, okay? So when he comes back, the original or the main female that he is with automatically knows because of that smell. And things have gotten sloppy because now this female has found a lingerie piece with his stuff, okay? So the question of the smell is no longer. There's now actual physical evidence that she has come across. There is an older male in spirit that is watching this, and this older male is guiding one of these people through this situation so that they do not get hurt. Here we have two shadow figures that belong to two of these people in this triangle, and the shadow figures, the shadow side of these people have been plotting, but this card is in reverse, so whatever they plotted is not going to be able to follow through. We also have here that this ancestor is not going to allow this man to turn their, I'm going to say it's his daughter, possibly because it's two females, this man to turn their daughter into a fool. This man with the older female seems to feel like they share one heart, and they both are trauma bonding with each other. This man is quite a player, though, because he is seen here undressing his original partner, and then after he's done, he's sneaking into the older female's room with the rose that he took from his original partner. And then here you have the ancestor, the older ancestor here. He is setting out lanterns, which would be either signs, signals, or trying to give you downloads, right? To lead you through this situation, trying to wake you up, shine some light in the dark. But they're getting exhausted as they're slouching in this chair with all these lanterns out because somebody is not paying attention to the signs that are being given. Or they just don't want to. Okay, with this deck here, it shows that we have a male that has been doing their best to chase and collect these wands, these opportunity wands that are coming in to somebody. It's like he's trying to beat them to the destination, so when these opportunities come, you can just take them first. This would have created a tower moment, so somebody not getting their money, somebody not being able to live, somebody not being able to move forward, progress. But it's in reverse, so like I said, both these cards are in reverse. He's not going to be able to make it, not going to be able to snatch this up, and the tower moment is not going to happen the way they want it to. They planned on sending this person on their merry way with nothing in hand except a internal fight mentally and physically. But your spirit team has sent down the Temperance Angel, okay? So this man and this woman that are working together, looking to steal the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands, okay, which is a promise from the Most High, the universe, God, whatever, to have an abundance of love, abundance of, material things on top of endless opportunities to keep producing more, right? But Divine comes back in and corrects that and says these people will not gain any monetary gain off of these actions that they're doing. So now what has happened is everything that they have taken that they felt was golden moves that they have placed up on a shelf to look back and be proud of is all empty trophies, right? They don't hold no weight. They're not worth anything. It's not accomplishing their goals. Their goal was to turn this star, and their ability to be temperamental, even, peaceful, creative, free-spirited, right? And to attach them to the devil. So that could be an actual devil. That could be a zodiac sign Capricorn, or that could be an addiction. But it's in reverse. So again, they weren't able to accomplish that either. The Eight of Swords is you're going to come across somebody who's going to appear to be going through a similar situation that you just got done going through. You're going to offer them some of your cup to help get them on their feet, right? And then all of a sudden there's going to be a King of Wands that comes through and says, hey, but what about me? I've changed too. And then that you're going to realize that king of swords is working with the Five of Swords behind your back. So this person didn't change. They just put on a new costume and had a new script, right? But the whole core of the plot is still the same. The Eight of Swords that you help out, that you go to offer half your cup to, you're going to realize that, or you're going to feel like the help you gave them was something really beneficial and good, because you're going to start watching them juggle the things in life that they appeared to be struggling with in the first place, right? And when they start doing that, you're going to start seeing some signs, some inconsistencies that make you question and go into investigation mode. You're going to realize that all three of them were just creating an illusion, okay? And they were trying to actually keep you from receiving some type of justice in regards to a situation. What's going to happen here is somebody that you looked at with major respect, right, is going to realize that you've caught on. So this person is then going to appear to you as if they're just going through the hardest time, and what you think they were a part of isn't actually true. They've just fallen down off the wagon, or into a hardship, and that's why they haven't been around. And while they're telling you this story, they are slowly clutching onto your stuff. Then the two men that you thought you were helping as well are going to be coming back in to kind of pull the same thing that this female is saying. And you're going to realize that the second male is no longer a male, but has turned female. Um, and you're going to realize that this female is the culprit to the first round, helping the other friend steal and take from you as well with the illusion, right? And then you're going to start seeing some things happen to these people. You're going to call it karma, but at the end of this ripple effect, you're going to see them be judged and realize that your judgment is coming in on your side to your effect. And then we end with the Nine of Pentacles. So, rough year. You've had to replant your seeds somewhere. You had to go find different land to plant your seeds. I'm not really sure how the soil is, how steady it is. Not sure if you're going to be able to do that. As well as you're getting tired of having to watch it. People keep coming in trying to steal and take and destroy. But at the end, you're going to realize that you did just fine protecting it, and you damn near got as much as, maximum as you could have with what you were working with. So you're not poor, you're not broke, you're not homeless. Your needs are being met, you're doing just fine. Okay, and then here we have a couple warnings. There's an avoidant player that you're dealing with. They're a risk, not a reward. The intention is to invest for their own self reward, not in us reward. Okay. Then we have a vain, jealous, and promiscuous woman. She has isolated many of her enemies. Okay. She's very talkative and skilled at manipulating men. She wants to steal the energy that you exude so that she can re-energize herself and get back to work. This person could be a mother figure as well. Here we have heartbreak and rejection. That is going to bring in sadness and grief. So there is a lot of pain in the truth that you're going to be facing. And then we have alert, big warning, potential deceit and potential deceit and challenges that require you to be clever in order to overcome these. So if you're good at chess, look at it like a chess game. If not, all I can say is look at everyone's situation, what moves they could possibly make, and then what moves can you make, and try to maneuver it that way. This is all going to end at the end of this year for you with abundance and security. You're going to be able to manifest that. You're also going to have moments of reflection, and you're going to have an aha moment that reveals your perfect purpose when you do this self-evaluation. You're going to also receive new forms of support, and you're going to find yourself giving more gratitude than what you used to. We have an authority figure that is keeping an eye on you, but it's for protection. And you're going to find yourself with stability and discipline and playing the father figure in a very important life to you. We have the sudden change. Okay, there's going to be a sudden change that happens to you that makes you have to make quick decisions. Okay, And then at the end, you're going to realize the inner strength that you have gained, the control over yourself, the confidence, the courage, and your bravery. And then I am going to end it with the pass on loved ones message. So we have somebody who is a hard worker that is finding shelter anywhere they can put over them. Okay, so for instance, this one's using a chair, and then this one's using a table. So anywhere they can find shelter to go under and or put over them, that is where they're going. Okay, but this person is a hard worker. This person is also involved with somebody who is a martyr. So this somebody always has to be a victim of some sort. We have creativity and tribe. So you could have either in the spiritual realm, your ancestors, your spirit team is trying to get you to be more creative, whether that's creative thinking or actual physical creation. Or we're here in the real world and you have a group of people that are trying to be positive in motivating you to get more creative with what you're dealing with. We have limelight, so somebody's tall, somebody's short, someone's big, someone's skinny. The short one looks up at the big one and it like, why do you always have to steal the show, right? And the taller big one is just like not really acknowledging him, like, who are you talking to? We have the act of love here and now. So again, we have the stay in the moment, stay present. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. You got to learn to appreciate your here and now. We have a promise that was made between two people. And somebody could feel that they have broken that promise and are now being hospitable to somebody else. And Spirit wants you to know that they are doing this on purpose because they know you have a competitive streak in you, or they're wanting to create some type of competition energy. But Spirit says, in all reality, they are so wrong because you are not going to involve in this competition. You're going to be involved in ensuring you stay peaceful wherever you're at. Okay? And so that's that. That's that reading. It ends positive, so just remember that. Nothing lasts forever. And keep having your faith in yourself. And this year is blessings because you worked your ass off last year. Don't forget to check out my other videos. Also check out the EMF videos. Very important information in there. And don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe.